The Museum of Science and Industry's Anne Frank The Exhibition is now open. The exhibition features a pioneering experience outside of Amsterdam to really immerse visitors in a full-scale recreation of the annex rooms where Anne Frank, her family, and 4 other refugees spent 2 years hiding to evade Nazi capture. It includes more than 130 original artifacts from the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam and is designed for adults and children ages 10 and older. All tickets include the exhibition audio guide in English and Spanish. Get your tickets today at griffinmsi.org.
We're not saying a visit to Bloomington, Indiana will turn you into a forest-bathing, sandal-wearing, dissertation-defending, stray cat rescuing, nonprofit starting, Monroe Lake paddling, guitar strumming, march organizing, vinyl listening, leaf watching, zen finding, coffee roasting, yoga practicing, beer drinking, bread baking, co-op joining, pottery throwing, vintage thrifting, bike everywhereing, art appreciating, farmers market shopping, biz thinking, football fan. But we're not saying it won't. Visit Bloomington. See how it inspires you.
Today on CityCast Chicago, the mayor and governor want the DNC back in the Chi. The DOJ is investigating 36 Illinois school districts. And where are you eating late at night in the city these days? It's Wednesday, May 13th. I'm Jacoby Cochran, and this is what Chicago's talking about. As always, I'm excited to have our guests in the building. CityCast Chicago contributors Anna Deshawn is here. Anna, welcome back to the podcast.
Always good to be here, my friend.
We've also got Brandon Pope in the building with us. Good to have you, Pope.
Good to be here as always. Another great day in the great city of Chicago.
I appreciate having this group together. Funny as hell. I mean, we've halfway through the month. The weather ain't completely broke just yet. Y'all got anything y'all looking forward to this week?
I'm going to actually be emceeing the Lambda Legal Gala that's happening on Friday night. So I get to dress up. My suit is getting tailored right now. Okay, I'm doing a double-breasted black situation. Okay, I got me a sit. When they told me the script, I said, oh, wait, I need to look fly for a little while. So I'm looking forward to that Friday night, raising some money for a good organization here in the city.
Mm-hmm. I got to host an amazing gala last week with the folks over at the Carol Robertson Center for Learning, and it was a good time. It's, I think, my 4th time back in the last 5 years, and so it's always a good night where you can be with good people. Pope, what about you? What you looking forward to? I'm sure you got something you hosting soon enough.
I'm looking forward to just getting together with some folks, watching the NBA playoffs, playing some cards, drinking a little liquor, and, just having a good old black time and try not to get into any fights over spades. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I mean, how do you avoid getting in the fights? Do you still talk your shit, or do you lay off and just let the car stop?
Here's what I do. I profile people. And I kind of look at them. Like, if I know they're going to be a little aggressive or feel like they might be a little aggressive, I just don't play, because I've been there before. And I don't think it's worth it. It's just a game.
Man, I'm going to hop on the table with anybody and I'm talking shit to anybody. It don't matter. Let me and my mama get on together. Even if we lose, we going down talking.
One day I'm going to tell the story about how me and Roland Martin played spades once, and it got ugly. It got real ugly.
Anna, what the spades games look like at your house? At my house, at both me and Taylor's house, there is always time for like poker, left, right, center. There's always a pot of money. There's always spades being played. What does it look like at your house?
Yo, left, right, center is the game at the moment. It's wild times. It's wild times. Why are we playing $5 each? Like, what is happening here? Why is my auntie talking mess to me? It's a dangerous game.
People be splitting you up if they think you and the person next to you colluding.
Yo, because me and my wife both play at the same time. Okay, somebody's coming home. This house is winning today. So right. Left, right, center is absolutely the game. I avoid spades tables at all costs. I'm too competitive. And folks don't be paying attention, okay? Folks don't pay attention. And then you add liquor into it, Pope, it's just a mess, okay? So, no, I avoid the spades table.
Me and Taylor don't sit down on anybody's spades table. Uno, phase 10. Me and Taylor with all the shit, so we don't care.
Uno is especially dangerous because every house got their own rules. And, folks don't play right. Okay, maybe we need a city cast. We need a city cast game night. That's what I'm hearing.
No.
We need a city cast game night.
I'll play Candyland with y'all.
No, again, no. I could be civil. Like, we play some Uno. I could play house rules. We play poker. I'm chilling. Like, because you have to be. You got to be relaxed for that. Spades, I can keep it at like a 6. I won't be at a 9. I could keep it at a 6. I promise. I ain't never flipped the table. We play Monopoly. I am stealing from the bank, though. I'm keeping it all the way real. Don't let me. I'm stealing from the bank. Pope, let's get into it, man. I'm not even going to let the giggles go out or nothing. No. From what I'm understanding, DNC officials have been here for the last 3 days. They're wrapping up their visit back to the city. Chicago hasn't hosted back-to-back conventions in 70 years. We just did this in 2024. Why are we having this conversation again so soon?
Yeah, because Chicago really feels like they have a strong shot to get it. Get that rare, coveted second election cycle in a row. Part of the reason for that is the Obama Presidential Center. They have the DNC officials touring that as we speak and getting an early look at that. They're hoping that kind of woos some of these DNC officials to say, yeah, Chicago, why not do it again? The other reason, though, we have a governor, J.B. Pritzker, here in Illinois, who is definitely going to be considering a run for president in 2028. I'm not here to break any news or nothing, but I don't think it's that big of a secret. Right. It's not that big of a secret. Like, if I was a betting man, he's running in 2028. And so, Pritzker is a heavyweight in the party in terms of like the spending he's done to support Democrats down ballot across the country. He's positioned himself as a power player in the state and around the country. And so he's trying to use some more of that weight to say, hey, give Chicago another shot. Like you said, getting it back-to-back years, it doesn't happen a lot. Last time it happened for Chicago was 1952 and 1956. But Chicago got some rave reviews last time we had it. We had some protests during the DNC, and people were really impressed with how we handled the different protests during that. But our competition, Atlanta, that's a big. Georgia is a big election cycle conversation. Boston, Denver, and of course, a battleground state, Philadelphia. You would think the DNC might want to switch it up and go to a battleground state instead of a solidly blue state like Illinois. Something else that may sweeten the pot here, we got that big project happening over by the United Center, this 1901 project, right? A $7 billion project. The first phase of it could actually be done, they say, right before a DNC 2028 takes place. So there'd be more things for people that visit to do in the area, presumably. You'd have the Obama Center as well to give people, a chance to check out something different. So they want a sequel. Will the sequel actually happen? I highly doubt it, but that's what they're vying for right now. Officials are in town doing all the typical Chicago things. They on the boat cruise. They on the sky deck. They eating hot dogs. They eating beef. They might be doing the mobster tour.
Presidential Center, right? I mean, given some of the considerations you just made, right? They say the last one brought in some 371 million, and of course that's. Who you ask, who benefited from that? Like, how much did they go outside of the McCormick Place and the United Center? You talk about phase 1 of the 1901 project. They say it could be done in 2 years, but as we've seen with other developments and construction projects, things can shift over time. So, how likely is it, given the battleground status of some of these other finalists, the potential for construction, like how likely is it that Chicago runs it back? Not only the back-to-back, but they want it back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah, I don't think it's likely at all. Partially because I think some of the other contenders, one I didn't even mention, Los Angeles. Gavin Newsom, the soon-to-be former governor of California, is definitely going to run in 2028. Once again, I'm not breaking news here, but also it's not much of a secret. LA is also hosting the Olympics. LA is becoming kind of a hotbed right now for a lot of major events. They're going to make a big pitch to host the DNC as well. And many folks think they have a strong chance at getting that as well. So once you factor in LA, You factor in the battleground nature of like, why not go to Milwaukee, go to Philadelphia, or go to an Atlanta, Georgia, in a time where Democrats are going to be looking nationally to try to take back the White House from the Trump era, in a sense. Repeating Chicago may not make a lot of sense strategically.
And I want to bring you in here. Just thinking back to 2024, we could talk about the rave review Chicago got, but there was also criticism about encampments near the sites being raised and cleared right before the DNC. The amount of traffic that was impacted, right? You know, there were protests throughout the time that the DNC was here. Like, you personally, would you want to see it back in Chicago in 2028 and 2032?
Well, I had the opportunity to cover the DNC while it was here in town. And for me, it was one of those moments that I will never forget. Being in the room where it happened, where Kamala Harris accepted that nomination. It was a whole moment, right? And it was really dope. The fact that it was at the United Center. In fact, we were on the west side. I was walking through the hood every time I went to the DNC, and I was like, you know, this is so Chicago. And at the same time, we could do some things better, right? The encampments, making sure that folks are actually able to spread the wealth around the city, right? And Chicago just does a lot of things well. I mean, we're a beautiful city. And there's so much to do. So I think there's a lot of benefits to a lot of folks. But I also think it's very unlikely we'll get it again. Because I feel like they're also probably going to try to stay away from the Pritzker-Gavin Newsom situation. I could see Philadelphia being a strong contender in this moment, given the state of this country and the history of Philadelphia and what it means to America.
I mean, but what if Shapiro also decides to throw his hat into the race, the governor of Pennsylvania?
Then we back down to Georgia.
Right? I'm not breaking no secrets. You know, I ain't telling people something they don't know.
But then you got John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock who might run. I mean, it's
not the same level of contenders, though.
No.
They not the same. They're not the same. But I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get it again. Not a second time. Not so close.
I covered the RNC and the DNC that year, and I loved Milwaukee. I love the fact that everything was in one space. Whereas the DNC Chicago, it was split up. You had the McCormick Center where they had a lot of like the official meetings and things like that, and then United Center is where all like the pomp and circumstance was. And if for those of us covering it, having to go, I got to go grab an interview over here all the way at McCormick Place, and then come back to United Center, but then I got to go back to like, that is a little annoying. So I'd like to see something a little bit more compact, just on a selfish journalistic perspective. Because when I was in Milwaukee for the RNC, everything was literally right there in that kind of 5-serve forum area, very walkable. Everything took place in that arena.
We all think there is some skepticism of them coming back. It's got me thinking, if you were a part of a committee trying to woo any major event to come to Chicago, where would you take them? They going to the Hancock Obama Presidential Center, right? They obviously going to stop back at the United Center. They're going to hit the Riverboat Tour. Where are y'all taking them to say this is where you need to be?
We're going to Ceres. I'm going to liquor them up.
As soon as he said it, I was like, damn. Oh, Phil, they come all the way to the top.
To the brim. And then after they get that third rum and coke, that EJ special, as I call it.
Then, rum no coke, as they call it.
Rum no coke. Then I start asking them, so what you think about, coming to Chicago, huh? And, get them a little comfy.
I have nothing in comparison to that. Absolutely nothing.
Series is off Jackson between Clark and Financial.
No, don't be telling folks, bro.
No, I'm gonna tell them. It's one of the wildest pours in the city. One of the wildest pours in the city. If you're interested in going downtown. And I said, there's no follow-up, man.
There's nothing. Leave that be.
I mean, it would be a winner. It would be a winner.
They say yes to anything after that.
This weekend, the world-famous Randolph Street Market Festival returns to Chicago's West Loop. This is a shopping and entertainment experience like no other. Named a top 10 U.S. flea market by Travel and Leisure, USA Today, and HGTV, has been a destination for antique and art collectors, set decorators, interior designers, and fashionistas from around the world for 20 years and counting. With an on-site parking garage, shop the indoor building and outdoors too. The market is going to be here, rain or shine. They've got over 200 mini boutiques selling art, antiques, vintage fashion, vinyl, and more. Take a break while you're shopping and enjoy live music, food, and 3 market bars. You never know what you're going to find or who you're going to run into at the Randolph Street Market. Get your tickets now at randolphstreetmarket.com. Let's be real, May weather can be unpredictable. One day you got sunny skies, the next is torrential downpour. And hey, you need windows that can manage whatever is thrown your way. And you don't want some high utility bill being the thing that ruins your summer. Window Nation can help you get new, energy-efficient windows at a great price. The Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale is going on right now. You can update all your windows and get half of them for free. Plus, you get 0 down payment and no payments or interest for 2 years. Window Nation also promises a lifetime warranty, so you can relax knowing your home is protected far into the future. And the installation crews finish the job in a day or less with a 96% customer satisfaction rating and over 45,000 5-star reviews at 3 million windows installed across the country. So hey, schedule a fast free consultation at windownation.com and hurry because the sale ends soon. That's windownation.com. The DOJ is currently investigating 36 school districts in what is their ongoing crusade against anything DEI, anything involving the LGBTQIA community, especially queer youth. What is this latest investigation about?
So most recently, the DOJ has launched an investigation into 36 Illinois school districts. And they're claiming they're doing this because these school districts are teaching what they're calling SOGI. Child, they find an acronym for everything. But essentially, sexual orientation and gender ideology in grades pre-K through 12th. And so they have identified these 36. Why these 36, we do not know, right? But they have started these investigations as to whether they are in fact teaching LGBTQ studies or history. Now, here's the catch. Here in Illinois, it is legal. Right? Mm-hmm. Let us remember, JB signed the Illinois Inclusive Curriculum Law in 2019. It has been this way for quite some time, right? And I've got a good friend, Victor Salvo, who leads the Legacy Project. And so if you've ever been on North Halstead, aka Boys Town, and you see those beautiful like rainbow pillars up and down Halstead with the placards, that's the Legacy Project. And it is the largest outdoor LGBTQ museum in the world, literally right here in our city. And it's a Legacy Project. And an extension of their work was actually creating lesson plans and curriculum for Illinois schools that teach LGBTQ history. They literally have hundreds of curriculum that they have developed since 2019, since it became law of the land that we will also include LGBTQ history into the curriculum in Illinois. So the DOJ said, we don't care. And I think that falls in line with Trump's politics. We don't care what your law says in your state. We don't believe that it should be happening. And so we're coming to investigate. And so these school districts are concerned because we also know what goes along with Trump investigations is that they will pull funding. They will find a way to pull monies from your school district if they feel like you are not falling in line with what they deem to be right. And so I'm following this really closely because if y'all remember last week, we talked about what was happening with gender affirming care for young people in this state. Even though it is the law of the land, it's supposed to be available for all queer youth, but alas, only one hospital, right? Because of the Trump administration. Now we've got them coming into the schools. So it's just an ongoing situation that folks who believe in equity and inclusion and states who have stood up to Trump, who believe in equity and inclusion are actually facing right now in Trump's America.
Yeah. And the playbook, as you've pointed out, is first intimidation. It doesn't matter if, down the road, a federal judge blocks and says, this is unconstitutional, this is illegal, this is immoral, you cannot do this. If schools start pulling curriculum, right? If they start policing where trans people can use the bathroom, right? If they fold to this intimidation tactic, we find ourselves in a moment similar to like we talked last week, where people's lives are put in limbo, their education is put in limbo, as well as folks are criminalized, right? Doctors are criminalized. And this only empowers the DOJ to criminalize teachers who continue to teach queer history, right? It criminalizes principals and school leaders and school boards who stand up for trans youth.
Absolutely. And these are not small things to have to adjust or move around, right? Last week, we're talking about people's health care. This is their health care. We're talking about life-saving health care. This week, we're talking about curriculum. These are not small things we have to adjust here. These are having major impacts on individuals' lives, right? And a part of their investigation, right, they'll determine if the schools notified parents for their right to opt out their children from this instruction, right? We just saw it in Wisconsin. There's actually a school who was learning to play this song that's inspired by Marsha P. Johnson, right? It's called A Mother of a Revolution by composer Omar Thomas. The teachers did everything that the DOJ said they're supposed to do. They notified the parents that they were going to be playing this piece, right? They've been practicing this piece for months, right? If the parents wanted to opt their kids out, they could have opted their kids out. But here we are, right? They're actually having today, the day we're recording this, on the 12th, they're actually having a school district meeting on whether or not they're going to actually ban these young people from playing this song at their concert. Right? Even though they have absolutely done everything that the DOJ says that they're supposed to do. So to your point, Kobe, even if you follow all of the quote unquote rules here, if they still feel like they don't like it, okay, they're going to try to find a way to intimidate you, make you change whatever curriculum or healthcare that you and your state and the parents and the students deem is okay. Right? They feel like they can just come in here and say, no, this is exactly what you're going to do. It's wild times.
Why the Trump admin be hating so much? Like, this is like pure hating. Like,
because they're white supremacists.
And this is like, doesn't help them beat the allegations. You literally try to erase people off the map and erase people's history, erase discussion. Like, have y'all ever heard about this NPC theory that gets thrown around in these right-wing white supremacist circles? It's basically this idea that minorities, people of color, LGBT folks can exist in the world, but should be existing as basically a non-playable character in a video game. That means they're not the main characters. They're not legislated for. They're not prioritized. They just exist. Right, at the behest and benefactor of the main characters, which for them would be anyone who's white and hetero. And this just kind of further subscribes to that. Trying to erase LGBT history and any history, like we've seen them do it with Black history, Latino history, so many, is very intentional. It's a very intentional way of erasure. And so it's important that I'm glad we're talking about it. And I'm glad you're bringing voice to it, because it's unsettling. It's pure hating. The number one player hater of all time is Agent Orange, President Donald Trump, and he continues it.
The fact that they are targeting schools that are in the suburbs, right, in these more conservative areas, there will absolutely be people who welcome this, who will see this as the Trump administration seeing them. And the people I think about are the young people in those classrooms who are queer, who are living in fear, who don't know if it's going to be okay for them to come out. And now the government is telling me I can't even learn, right, about LGBTQ history. It just doubles down on what that closet looks like and how long you stay inside of it out of fear for your own safety, honestly. So it just continues to be more disheartening, right? As we see how they continue to be so committed to undoing all of the civil rights, all of the equity, all of the inclusion, all of the work that so many of the people that we celebrate today actually died for, right? And we're watching it be undone. History is absolutely repeating itself. And we will fight, right? This is just another battle, right? It's another battle we will fight. I do believe we will eventually win, but child, this war is going to be a long one.
While CPS isn't among the districts currently being investigated, suburbs include DeKalb, North Chicago, Elmwood Park, Country Club Hills, and others. I'm going to drop links on both of the topics we just talked about in our show notes. Over the weekend, I learned that Jim's Original is moving out of the Maxwell Street area after almost 90 years to Pilsen due to expansion at the UIC campus. And while that is a story we're going to cover a little bit more in tomorrow's podcast, that did get us thinking about some other late night spots that we frequent, that we appreciate, whether we keeping our night going or we trying to grab something before we go inside. And so I want to ask y'all, what are some other spots that you really enjoy?
For me, when I think about good late night food, oh yeah, I got two I'm gonna throw out there. And you're gonna judge me for one of them. So I'll do the non-judgmental one first. Mr. J's, love getting me a Euro cheeseburger. It's so many calories. I already know it gives you gets your blood sugar up. You know, I feel it. I feel it every time I take a bite. But it's so good. And there's like this debate happening on Twitter right now about what Chicagoans actually call it. Some people say it's called a Vice Lord burger because of some gang things. Others like, what? I never heard that before. It's a Euro cheeseburger. And
no, it's the VO burger. It's the VO burger.
There you go. There you go. It's a tale of two Chicago. So that'd be probably my first go-to, especially if I haven't had a lot of food. That soaks up everything. But second, you're going to judge me for this one. I love going to a 7-Eleven and grabbing me a couple of them little microwavable breakfast sandwiches.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Lots of judgment.
Wow.
Clearly. But they're really good. They're really good, especially the croissants. Those little croissant breakfast sandwiches, they hit every single time. Just about a minute in the microwave. If you got a good microwave, yeah, man.
Pope, after what time exactly? Like after 1 a.m., 2 a.m.? At what time is it good?
Honestly, sometimes it's good at 7 p.m.
Oh, no.
You be grabbing them wings too, don't you?
I don't touch the wings. No, I only do the breakfast sandwiches and maybe the taquitos every once in a while. Gas station food could be good, okay?
If you say so. A spot I have ended up at like 3-4 in the morning over at Pilsen is Coyotes. After leaving Penny Whistle or something.
Oh yeah,
I have found myself in there busting down some tacos for sure.
That'll do it. That'll do
it.
Not
7-Eleven, but busting down about 7 or 11 tacos.
I say we stop at Riccobini's. I grew up on Riccobini's. Give me an Italian beef with red sauce dipped with them hand-cut fries. Okay. Then I need an extra side of red sauce because that's what we're doing. And then please give me a ginger ale. Thank you.
Ooh,
yes.
You gotta have some
quite
ginger
an order.
ale.
Gotta have some ginger ale. Gotta have some ginger ale with that.
You know, one more that I do enjoy, and this one y'all are not going to judge me for. I think it's a pretty fair one. I enjoy the cheese cups that they have at Portillo's. So I'll get me some cheese fries with an extra cheese cup.
I do like a good cheese fry from them. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, see, we back.
We back. We support that.
Because the judgment I got on the 7-Eleven, I knew it was going to come. I knew it. I am unashamed. And see, this is part of the brand, right? They call me blue collar B for a reason. Everybody say I'm so bougie. But what bougie guy do you know that is willing to have a 7-Eleven breakfast sandwich?
The bougiest of them, honestly.
Yeah, two spots that's right next to each other. Lawrence's is open 24 hours, and then not too far from there is Chi Cafe, which closes around, I think, 2 a.m. every day. And so I do like to pop into Chinatown late at night, give me a mango shrimp. Just like a fried shrimp and a mango sauce. Oh, it's damn good.
I've never done late night Chinatown, but now I got to make that happen.
You got to get over there. You got to get over there.
I usually go in the daytime or like for dinner time, but I don't stay out there past those hours usually. I'll be in the house, I don't really be outside like that.
You don't get your Maxwell's at like 1 a.m. You get it at like 8.
Yeah, like an adult.
and see, that's why when you was reading them Lala lineups, you had to be real close, okay? Because
hey,
let me tell you how these things
one
align.
of my former students, we said that somebody gonna listen to the pod and be like, who is? I love Horse Girl. One of my former students is like, I adore Horse Girl. What's wrong with you? I'm like,
I got so many people who told me, who put me on Horse Girl songs, Wet Leg songs, like they were in the DMs without a doubt. I was just at a wedding over the weekend. The homie Cal was like, no, I like them. No, I really mess with them. So shout out to Cal. Shout out to
Horse Girl.
Y'all got any other late night spots? Obviously, Pope ain't got no more because he said he'd be in the house.
I mean, Taco Bell. Everybody loves a little cheesy gordita crunch or one of them steak quesadillas. Those are always really good at night. That's the only time they're good, though. It's only late night. You can't be like, hey, let's go get Taco Bell for lunch. That don't sound right. That don't work.
Give me a Mexican pizza. I am not mad at that. And everything got to be chicken. I don't mess with that beef. I don't know what's in that, but I do. I will get the chicken.
It's not beef. It's definitely not beef.
I definitely would take me a late night 6-piece. Give me like a Harold's. Even a Baba's. I ain't even finna hold you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Harold's all day.
The steaks are really good. But Harold's, yes. There's a lot of good options. We have a lot of good late night options here in the great city. And there's a lot of
low key options too. You go around, every neighborhood got some late night spot that's gonna get you a pizza puff, get you right. If y'all got some late night spice y'all want to put us on, please reach out 773-780-0246. I want to give a huge thank you to our guest today, Anna Deshawn. We appreciate you making time for us.
Always good to be here, family.
And Brandon Pope, thank you for stopping back through.
Always happy to.
Hey, till next week, my friends. For everybody else, please head over to chicago.citycast.fm and check out our events calendar every single week. Every single person on our team is contributing to it. We are trying to make sure the entire city is covered. So please find something to put on your calendar for this week or the weekend. We can't end without some good news. The Crosstown Classic is this weekend, and it's on the south side, and I'm going to do something I don't do often. I got to take my hats off to the Cubs, who have one of the best records in baseball right now. At the time of us recording this, they lead the NL Central. I don't think they've lost a home game since April. It's been a month. And, they got some real hitters on their team over there. And so I see the work that they're doing. I am really excited for this classic because right now the Sox are lingering around 500. They second in their division. And so, it doesn't look like the terrible 100-loss seasons of the past 3 years. And so this might be a game that I think really people going to turn out for and really be interested in watching and have some real stakes. So I'm looking forward to it as a Cubs hater. I'm really excited for this game. But I just want to say, I know it's a lot of Cubs fans who listen. It's like, Kobe ain't never said nothing about them. Well, there you go. There's your good news today. Back to your regularly scheduled program. We are going to be here bright and early tomorrow. But I will say, I am off for the next couple of days. I am headed to New Orleans for my sister's graduation. And so enjoy the podcast, and I will see y'all bright and early next Wednesday. So peace.